The whole network, tear it down. I want the app developers to go into the app stores, go into their settings, and just destroy the app. Like, just delete the app. Like, delete it so it can be gone from our existence, because I swear, I know you're like, what happened? Okay. All I'm gonna say is Zeus gotta go. So let me just catch you up on what happened. Stunna Girl, who was a previous Baddies East and West cast member, now she's a rapper and she's more focused on her career. She hopped on Instagram Live and accused Natalie Nunn and CEO Lemuel Plummer of sleeping with the girls, the castmates, and she actually accused Lemuel of giving several of the members, or one of the members, an STD. I don't know this to be as factual, it's just an allegation. So on the Instagram Live and on Twitter, she discussed how she was the highest paid. This kind of stemmed from her being brought up on by the girls, you know, social media, the different tea pages, and then Lemuel went on several podcasts speaking on Stunna Girl and her departure from the Baddies franchise. In so many words, Stunna basically expressed and shared her time on Zeus, her time on the show, and her interactions with the production. She described production, specifically the CEO and Natalie, as being exploitative, pimp-like, and just so much. So some of the cliff notes that I got from this live was, well, she discussed how she first got casted and how Natalie Nunn alluded to the fact that Stunna shouldn't bring up her having a husband, kind of, you know, branding wise. She's like, hey, don't bring up your husband. And she said it in so many words but really didn't actually come out and say it. She implied it. And so on their first initial meeting, they went to a restaurant. I want to say it was like Ocean Prime. So she felt as though that Natalie and Lemuel were both trying to pit Scotty and Stunna Girl against each other, and how they were doing this was calling, you know, saying, Stunna, you're so beautiful, and kind of like taunting or teasing Scotty, which is another cast member, and saying, you know, oh, you know, there's gonna be a lot of pretty women there, you know, what you're gonna do, you know, Stunna is this, Stunna is that. And then Stunna kind of deads it right there, is like, look, girl, I don't want this man, I don't want Natalie, I have my own man, I'm just on the show, so we don't even have to do that. You know, much respect. And then, you know, it was kind of appearing that Lemuel was sleeping with Scotty. And that's when Stunna kind of put two and two together, was like, oh, so you're sleeping with these women. Like, you know, you have a gaggle of women, you know, you have a gaggle of hoes, like you are basically a pimp. And so Stunna makes everyone laugh and says, you know, don't fall in love with the trick, Scotty. And she described how production was very biased against her, trying to manipulate the girls, and they're trying to follow a similar model of BGC and these reality shows that we've seen, where they try to set up alliances and set up storylines without setting up storylines. She left the show because she demanded her respect. She was not going to be subjected to derogatory behavior. She wasn't going to degrade herself. She wasn't going to sleep with anyone or compromise her integrity in that regard just for clout, you know. She said, look, I'm a talented girl, I'm gonna move on, like I'm gonna just make my money, I'm gonna make music. And she's been doing well. She had a French Montana feature, she had a JT feature, she's doing pretty well for herself. And so kudos to Stunna Girl for utilizing the brand, capitalizing off the moment, and just pivoting off. She's kind of following that Cardi B model, how Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop and then she did one season or like 2 seasons and then didn't go back. Much respect, because once you use something, you elevate and you move on. It's a stepping stone, not a forever job type vibe. So it got very messy. Stunna Girl alleged, she shared alleged text messages with Scotty discussing another cast member, Anna, alleging that Anna got an STD from Lemuel, and it was basically talking about her getting checked. I'm going to post the screenshot here just so you can read it. Furthermore, in a podcast, 2 cast members are posed a question. Have I ever slept with my boss?
Slept with my boss. See.
And 2 of the ladies got quiet, they laughed, and Stunna Girl posted it with a tweet saying, end of story. Then after Stunna Girl kind of goes on this rant and basically this expose, Zeus CEO, he issues a statement via Instagram post. I gotta read it for you. People out here have nothing better to do other than make up wild stories and lies, probably because Zeus isn't signing their checks or funding their lives anymore. Folks need to find some business, preferably outside of Zeus. Or if they want to be on Baddies, just say that. If not, then they should focus on getting those monthly listeners up on Spotify. Shade to Stunna Girl. That's shade to Stunna Girl. It's looking kind of light compared to them so-called partners. They think they're out here clearing something, but they need to focus on clearing those records that's not coming out. Stunna Girl was trying to clear Goodies by Sierra, but did not get the green light to do so. So that's why he shaded her on that. Certain cast members have been off the show for damn near a year, but because they don't have any other business or lives, they watch it be out. Me and Zeus for the next 30 days. Good night, I'm done. Onward and upward. I think that Zeus is a trash network with it had a lot of potential to be great, but I just feel like the programming is too ghetto. People always argue like, oh, it's representing black people in a bad light. People have to understand, black people are not a monolith. We are not, just because they do that on Baddies, there's still people graduating college. There's still people who are starting, there's still black people who are starting businesses. And then this show also showcases, I believe, Latina girls. And I think I seen like a few white girls on there too. So it just makes people look bad, period. It's trash television. But I think that with Natalie on board, Natalie is trying to recreate Bad Girls Club, but make it extremely more raunchy. Now, when I was younger, so I'm 26 now, I started watching Bad Girls Club when I was in high school, so I was probably like 15, 16. I had no business watching Bad Girls Club, and when I look back on it, it was very stupid. There wasn't no end goal, there wasn't any, like, there wasn't nothing about it, like, but it was entertaining, I will say. At the time, it was very entertaining. It was authentic drama. It was like none of the social media antics, for real. We would just all get on Twitter as a Twitter family, and we would hop on. We just talk about our different characters. We would talk about Natalie, I Run LA. We would talk about Rama. We would talk about Gia. We would talk about Judy. I Got the Voodoo for You. Like, it was a good show. And then, you know, things happened. People got hurt. People got sued. It just wasn't good anymore. And I just feel like placing girls in a house, stacking them, pinning them against each other, putting bugs in everybody's ear, creating mess and drama is super toxic, especially these grown women. And these grown women have to understand that eventually you may have kids, you may have a family, or you may have family members that are watching you, and it's really embarrassing because social media entertainment is not guaranteed. You know, it's, in hindsight, yes, it's good to be optimistic, but you also have to be realistic. What if you have to go back to a 9-to-5, or what if you have to go back to a job, and because of your history on this show, it's gonna be hard to do so? I just feel as though all the programs are exploitative in a way. And how Zeus came about was in 2018, 5 years ago. Daystorm, he was a popular YouTuber who did the beats and stuff like that from scratch. Amanda Carey and King Batch, who was a comedian on Vine and now has pivoted into acting, and television producer Lemuel Plummer, who serves as the president and CEO. Zeus has original and scripted and unscripted programming, and it really began to pop off, in my opinion, in 2018 when Blame It on K-Way's character TT had a show called TT Do You Love Me, and then it further went on to B Simone to have a show, Black China, Tokyo Tony, Jocelyn's Cabaret, which is really popular, One More Chance, Baddies, Bad Boys, The Conversation, Blueface and Krishan, and so many others. The common theme with these programming is that it got worse and worse. And the reason why it just got so worse, it got worse in my opinion, because it caused people to get desperate. Clout is a drug. Like, clout, I don't care. Clout is a drug. People want to be famous. People want to be on. People want the glitz and glam. People want to be known. People want to be in the shade room. That's a lot of people's aspirations, which is, I guess, okay. You know, no shade, because everybody has a dream and everybody wants to do whatever it is that they want to do. And so when you look at these auditions and how desperate these people are, first of all, but Zeus will have these auditions and casting calls. Thousands of girls will come out in the hot sun. Like, what they did in the DMV was raunchy. It was raunchy. I was like, y'all are ghetto down for that. And they'll already have the cast and who they want picked. So they're using and exploiting people for entertainment. They already have the people that they want on the show. It's like, it's not even reality television. It's just trash television. Because y'all remember when television, like, y'all remember when reality television was like a big thing? Y'all remember when Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Real and Chance of Love, what else was it? The Real World, Jersey Shore, shows like that. It was raunchy, a little ratchet, but it was lighthearted and it resonated with you in a way. It was cool. It was actually entertaining, you know? I mean, not saying that baddies or shows like that aren't entertaining, but I think the thing with the shows that were on VH1 and MTV, they didn't go low. Like, when I tell you how so reality television is exploitative, period, because you're entering someone's personal life. But I've noticed with a lot of the programming on Zeus, it just goes so low and goes beyond the belt. When I watched one of the shows, the security was janky. There's no bleeping out so you can hear all the curse words. I don't think they cover or blur any titties or body parts. So I'm just like, damn. And when you think of reality television again, the goal or the creation of reality television was because it's cheaper than scripted shows, and they didn't have to use professional actors or script writers or high cost locations. I mean, now, you know, budgets have gone up, but I'm just saying, it's low effort and you don't have to put a lot of money into it, but it's a high revenue. It's a high revenue return because people are always talking about baddies on Twitter. If you look on Twitter, it's probably millions of tweets about any type of Zeus show. We're all tuned in. We're all locked in. And just what Stunna Girl allegedly exposed, I mean, I say allegedly, but I believe her, because even Winter Blanco came out and was like, oh girl, you're supposed to get your own show. And she even said, like, yeah, I wasn't sleeping with the CEO to do that. And that's the difference. Production back in the day was grimy, but I don't think that this person was sleeping with this person. Like, I don't think that was running like a whorehouse. Just saying. Hearing that allegedly these girls sleep with the CEO to get on this show is absolutely disgusting, because it's opening up so many doors for so many things to go wrong. Okay, the level of professionalism, egos will get in the way. Oh, well, I slept with him and I did this, so I'm better. And it's gonna be a lot of competition, and it's just gonna be a lot of mess. And I'm not gonna lie, I really did like Natalie Nunn. I did like Natalie Nunn because she was authentic. She was real. She was good TV. But I just feel like the morals are starting to really go out the window. Y'all are STDs, sleeping with the, like, come on, like. And it honestly made me side-eye the CEO, Lemuel, a little bit, because I remember I was watching TGIF when Funky Dineva was on the show, and him and Lemuel went back and forth about what his show and what his network and platform represented. All in all, I just feel as though Zeus has no business being in the App Store or a website. It's too much. I mean, hearing about Blueface, Krishan, like that dysfunctional behavior, those dysfunctional relationships, and then this person is getting mad at this person. Like, yeah, like we can watch a little ratchery from time to time, but it's just like we don't gotta go that low. Like Love and Hip Hop was low, but it wasn't that low. Like what I will say is Real and Chance. No. I'm gonna say Flavor Flav show, Flavor of Love. I think that's what the show was called. It was raunchy, but nobody went low. The lowest episode that was on was when Pumpkin spit on New York. That was nasty. But it was like a moment embedded in pop culture forever. It was nasty, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, it can't compare to what's going on now. I just feel like, damn, Zeus. I don't see it for Zeus no more. I just feel like it's tainting the youth. It's tainting content. Like, is that what we really supposed to be watching? Like, is that what we really? Come on. And I don't want to be like a prude, because I'm not a prude, because I like ratchet stuff. I've watched Love and Hip Hop. I watch Tubi movies, okay? So it's not about well, I don't know. Then you can kind of say the same. I don't know. Could you like say the same for like Tubi movies? Like, are they ratchet? But people are actually getting paid, and the stuff isn't real. And it's like balance. Maybe if Zeus had some balance, you know, I would be okay with it. But it's just like, that's all we got to offer on this platform. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought about Stunna Girl, Scotty. Like, what is y'all thinking? I don't watch the show, but I'm just a spectator, and I'm just commenting on what I see, and what I see, it's a mess. It's a mess. Burn it down. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, bye.